Yes. Yes. Listen, we got to do this show, but I've been up since 5 a.m. Actually, 4:30 because I had to be here at 5. I had to do a webinar, and so I ain't eat yet. So while we do the thing, sorry, people, I got to eat this here protein. Otherwise, I'm going to dead. I'm going to dead. No one wants to dead the doc while he's doing the live stream. Listen, make the ASMR. That's good. I don't know if you guys know, pure protein bars are the bomb. Keep one in your backpack. You never know when you need it. Hmm. Mark said 6 minutes and counting. That must have been before. Hmm. Let me get the notion. Dude, Lou, and Paul, this new thing I got right here, it's sick. You can charge the iPad because it has a little chargy dude right here, but it's magnetical and you can vertical and you can go like that and then you can lay it down for you can write. And in Final Cut, I was testing. Look, right? Only bigger. Yeah, it's a key for one of these things. So look, but check out what I figured out how to do in Final Cut. You can just write on your face with the pencil and it animates it. Then if you do like this, you can hear Mary Lou going. Yo, it's pretty rad. So this stand thing is sick, bro. Because just like the fact that I can lay it this low so I can write, because Mary Lou got me all up in the good writes thing. And so when you brainstorming and you need to write something down, you can just get out your little pencil and you can like write directly on the screen. Wait, let me get my little pencil thing like this. And then, hey, I already did that. I want to make a new one. Come over here. You just get your little pencil. Hey, I said I want to write a new one. It keeps wanting me to write that one. You can't make a new one? Make a new one. There we go. There we go. You can just write hi mom and then now to animate. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. This is so amazing. Anyway, let me stop messing with that and go back to my Notion opening. Ooh, and the pencil goes right there. Like, it's just so good that now to be able to just write what you need to write when you need to write it and be where you need to be when you need to be. And then, how come Mary Lou's not here? Guest one. Oh, I was sure somebody had to do something and I was messing up
I
my
think you added your mic in again.
He do? Okay. I'm gonna need this thing to stay gone. Now I gotta check all the scenes. Hold on. Okay. I think it's safety. It's safe. Okay, Notion. We're gonna need a Notion. A calamine lotion.
You should
Yo.
get a co-host.
Huh?
You should probably get a co-host.
Yo, you should log into this machine and do it yourself. Man, I don't know why it doesn't like that's a Zoom thing. I'll ask Andy, but there's no way for you to set these things up to semi-automatic. And well, here's the part where it's dumb. If we had a team account, right, like from a corporation or whatever, you can set those things up. But as individual accounts, they don't let you set it up. But the reason why that's kind of crazy is because you would almost be getting people who might not necessarily get a Zoom Pro account to get a Zoom Pro account if you had it set up that way. Because even when I try to set it up where you have Zoom Pro, I have Zoom Pro, and I tried to just add you as an alternative host, it's like, no, you have to be in the same organization, which I think is a little bit cray cray. I meant to ask Andy that when we had him at the dinner table, but I forgot. Hmm. Title. Mmm. I am liking these. Oh, you know what? They can't see. Sorry, people. I am catching up. I'm getting my brain in order here.
I love our assistant, Chad.
Mm-hmm. So good. Oh, bro, I absolutely love the myth of motivation.
Yeah, what the concept is that we, there's a secret and we slowly unwrap it until we get to what we were talking about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, I love this new series. I think it's so great. I think you should do it all the time.
So you want me to make 365 videos?
No, you could do like that, 2 times a week the rest of the year.
I have, you know what? This is for the pre-show people only, because you guys have to listen to me eat this protein bar. Here's what I discovered from doing a video every day. It ain't hard.
Yes, it is not that hard.
It's not that hard. It's so easy to be like, oh my God, this is going to be brutal. Oh my God, this is going to be hard. And the reality of it is, it ain't hard. I think that we often psych ourselves out before we do something, and then it make you scared, and then you don't do it because you have all of these grandiose ideas. It's funny because grandiose is normally used in the opposite sense, but you have all of these grandiose ideas of failure. You start, hey, funny, I said this in the video, you start over catastrophizing of all of the things that could possibly go wrong. And what you have to do is just do it. Mark, let me tell you something, fam. When I started this mess, I didn't have nothing organized. I didn't make no planner. I didn't make no spread. Paul would tell you point blank. Paul be wanting to yell at me because I am not that dude who wants to be here with a whole bunch of cute little boxes and shit. This is not me. That's not how I get down. Let me just go ahead and put Paul's face over here so everybody can see his stupid look while he's laughing at me. I don't do the cute spreadsheet with all of the colors and all of that mess. Your mans don't even get down like that. You know how I do work? I do work. That's it. That's it. But that being said, before I fire up the CNC, I check the Earl. Make sure it's got some 30 weight. I put silicone WD-40 on the tracks. I make sure the router blades are sharpened. I reboot the computer so it doesn't crash in the middle of copying the file over to the CNC. I put on safety goggles. I put on my mask because monkey pod irritates the inside of your lungs. I turn on the vacuum and I cut shit. So although there's no weird, check out my Notion organized sheet. There is a set of steps that if you follow them, will make your outcome a lot better. So I wouldn't call it organized, but I will call it systematic.
Systemized, yeah.
System. Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. System. SYSTEM. Okay, I'm done. No more listening to me eat this protein bar. Thank you, Paul. I feel energized and ready. Ooh, I know what I forgot. Oh, man. Hold on, people. We can't do this show. Pump the mother freaking brakes. I must get these. Hold on to your love. First and honesty too. Sorry. Your mess is not normal. Who sang that song? Where's Valerie? She would know. Oh, God, who sang that song? Hold on to your love. Got to hold on. Is Valerie here? Okay, Tora's going to know. Tora's going to tell me.
It's just in vogue, isn't it?
There you go. There you go. Yes, Dawn Robinson. Oh, look, Tora was with it. Tora was quick. She was with it. Yes, In Vogue. Dude, love me some In Vogue. When that album first came out, it was so new and so different of everything that was out at the time. I feel like I had it on constant repeat. Like I just played it over and over and over and over again. It's kind of funny how that works.
It's still so good.
Yeah, isn't that dope though? How it's still so good. Okay, so let me make a new project. And this is really about dragging this audio file. I guys, while Mary Lou is fixing this sheet, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I am in Final Cut chopping this thing up real quick because.
Do I need to get you some broccoli?
Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier.
It's gonna get easier.
Oh, you know that one too? Dang.
Yeah.
Crazy. Hold on. Yo, check this out. This is, y'all gonna be like, no, Doc, where did you get it? Okay. I gotta see Mary Lou's face when I hit this button right here. You ready?
You have been unstuck. With creators Unstuck, Doc Rock, and Mary Lou Mandel.
Yo, come on. Fam, tell me that's not delicious.
He did so good.
Delicious. He goes like, I need to put that on the hot key. The hot key is gonna be you. Boom. Wait, I got more. Hold on. I got more. So I was doing a consultation. I do those things from time to time with a buddy of mine, Myron. Myron is known as Magic Myron. He's a famous DJ. You guys who grew up in the East Coast listening to The Quiet Storm with Melvin Lindsay, sometimes the fill-in DJ would be Myron, right? You would hear Myron on The Quiet Storm. And so, in me helping Myron, we were talking about how podcasts need to have IDs like we used to do for radio. And you guys have heard my other IDs that I have, my little Doc Rock one, right?
DJ Doc Rock.
Right? And then Myron was like, oh, I do the current imaging right now for Odyssey, which is a large radio station company similar to Clear Channel. And I was like, shut the front door. And he was like, I'm going to send you a Venmo payment for today's consultation, and then I'm going to send you something else. And I was like, all right, then. And then I got an email. And I was like, strong bad, checking the email. And then I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I was like, yo, Lou is going to bug. And she was live. So I was like, I don't want to interrupt her live, but I'm like, yo, Lou, you got to check these out. This is phenomenal. Hold on.
We talked in the little like 10-minute break in between.
Bruh. Yo, what do you mean Final Cut is completing other tasks? What other tasks? Just export the damn file. Stupid. Oh no, you're gonna be like that? What are you doing? There's no other task to complete, homie. Oh, it's transcribing and analyzing the media. Don't transcribe, don't analyze. Just be done. All right, it's almost done. It's almost done. You say you're done, but then now you're doing something. What are you doing? Final Cut, you be tripping. And like, how long does it take to transcribe an audio clip? Speaking of speed, you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for my Mini. It's coming. In theory, it's coming on the 26th. But sometimes Apple be faster than that. All right, Final Cut is taking too long. We only gonna have one sound today. I don't know what the hell it's doing. All right, so the way this is probably straightforward, but there's one crucial element that you might not be considering. Let's talk about it and how to overcome it. Okay, I got that. I got that. Ooh, we should let y'all see what's going on over here. Notion. You're gonna need a Notion.
So today's topic like came in because when Doc and I were talking about when he went to play that what is it called? Is it called a stinger?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, when he played that for me, and then we were like, this was like the shortest conversation, but this is how like in tune we are. Where we're like, this is the thing, this is the topic, this is it, this is the one. We're like so strongly felt about that, and yeah, so that's why today was easy to put together.
Hey, you know what? I have a. Oh, I deleted it off my soundboard, but I even had one that was like, that was easy. Okay, here's the other one.
Check out Creators Unstuck with Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel on Ecamm Live.
Wow, you like says my name right and everything.
Yo, right. I mean, come on, like, how good is it when you can just like go with the sauce? I mean, it's just sauce. That's all there is to it. It is just sauce. Okay, then I'm gonna export the last one right now, and then we can go. Export Unstuck 3. Creators Unstuck 3. It's gonna.
I want to ask y'all: is there anything
several weeks to
for
remember which is which?
to figure out the buttons?
Yeah, no, to remember which sound is which, because I named them 1, 2, and 3.
Don't get stuck like Chuck. Tune in to Creators Unstuck with Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel.
Okay, it's my turn now.
Yes, sure.
Hercules. Okay, let's go. I am ready. I'm ready to hit the button.
You have been unstuck. With Creators Unstuck, Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel.
Yo, I don't know how, but when we do this joint live on stage, I'm gonna need a little clicker where when every time we finish somebody, we just hit it with "You have been unstuck." Come on, son. Now listen, anybody who think they need that for this show, like Ravens talk with Yolanda. Ravens suck. Let me know, Yolanda. I can hook you up with my man's. He's in the area, so he said he'll make it for you. I'll hook you up. I got it.
I'm trying to think of how like I could fit one into mine. Like, what is it? Like, sit around with Mary Lou for 2 hours.
She said, "Wait now, right now. Yo, you was gonna ask a question before I sidetracked us with these funny sound effects. Oh my god, they're so good.
Oh yeah, I just want to ask people because like Black Friday sales are coming up. Like, what is it that people are on the hunt for? Like, what you got your eyes open for?
I am on the hunt. I already know what it is, but I can't do it because they want 130 bones for the shipping, but it's only 199 for the printer. But me and Luis are all about the new 3D printer and super dope. I just think it's so much stuff I can make, and now Luis is making all the stuff that we were just having conversation about it. Cable management, little clips for our cameras, things and that. And something that I will suggest to everyone in the chat, I make a video about this every year. It's going to come up, so you'll hear it again from me if you miss it today. People be looking for gear, but you need to upgrade your skills.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you should be looking for some courses or seminars or webinars or something that you can use to help you, get good at certain things. You know what I'm saying? Family, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through. You have been a long-time hanger-outer of us, so thank you for becoming a member. Amazing. Tora is looking for a housekeeper. All right. So we ready?
Yes.
Oh, dang it, don't open. I always want to click that button. It's a habit. I see the orange triangle, that triangle, and I want to click it. Don't put your face over there
So
like
I
you
think
can
I need
block
to
me.
switch it. I'm gonna put Doc don't open rapid fire.
Oh, every time I see it, it's like, in the movies when the teenagers be like, don't get in here. Hey, let's go in here. Then Jason's like, let me see your ID and registration. Jason Voorhees. What kind of name is that?
Well, I think one thing I really like about the Notion collaboration is like, because I can have things open and close and you don't necessarily have to. I feel like on Google, you see everything.
Yes. And now with the way that I set up this sort of behind the scenes thing over here, I can have the Notion open on a table. And so it's easier for me to see while I am talking. You know what I mean? I don't have to. So like if I'm here and then I hit, it's going to be upside down for these people. Come here, drag here, right? But like, oh, you can't see because it's in square mode. I can have the Notion just kind of like chilling down here. Oh, turn the camera. There it is. Notion's like right there. So I can kind of see what I'm doing. Why is my camera upside down? I think yesterday when I was rearranging the studio, I banged my overhead camera and it's crooked. And do you know how long it takes a Virgo to check if a camera's straight? It's going to be a 3-hour process. I won't be able to control myself. Mark says you can close Google Docs now with the same arrow. Okay, because before, when it was open, everybody would see that it was open, so you couldn't have, like different people doing different things. All right, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Yo, right? L Boogie is crushing it out here with the little gadget.
Like, I need to get a 3D printer. It's just going to be like ridiculous when we're like, here's a Batman mask for Gizmo.
I would like to see that. Batcat. Look, Paul is crying over here. Yo, Maestro would be printing shit when Paul's not home. That's super funny. All right, gang, we're going to get stuck in, as they say in the UK. When I was listening to this football round podcast, and the guy was like, okay, let's get stuck in. And I just thought of us when he said that. And I was like, oh, that's just too good. That's just too good. All right, let me move these things out the way. Chat, you can go by.
I love this blue Doc Pock. This, like, the blue color is so good.
It's like a velvet couch, though. Try to rub the hand mark off. There you go. There you go. It's like a velvet couch.
Just have some tape ready.
I know tomorrow, guys, if you're up for it, meet the fam. Lala's coming on, and she is seriously one of my favoriteest people in the planet. Lala is the nicest lady. We got Caroline at camp because Lala told her to come. So definitely go and check that out. Oh, did you just like de-lint it? Is that
Yeah, I used a piece of tape.
is that velvet? I have
No,
the roll.
I did a video yesterday with
Yes.
a couple of colors, and like I had just had them all lined up, and I was like, man, this blue is like really blue.
All right, let's go. All right, let's go and let me start and stop the recording. Record means rewind. The gunshot means forward. Okay, wait. I said stop. Okay, yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right, we are ready to get unstuck. What the heck? Let me put Mary Lou on the teleprompter so I can look at her face instead of the side of the screen. Mary Lou. Bingo. There she is. All right, let's go. I'm like, high five. High five my friend through the TV. Oh my God. Yo, it's funny. I was making a video the other day. And then I was like, listen, you don't need no fancy equipment. You don't need this. You don't need that. You don't need no Mary Lou. Okay, you kind of need a Mary Lou. It was in my video. I made myself laugh when I said that. It was kind of funny.
I heard that. I was chuckling. I was like, oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, because you keep the brain intact. Otherwise, I'd be thinking all kind of crazy, useless stuff. So you're like, listen, dude, reel it in. Get your act together.
Do you have the blue one near you?
Yeah, it's right behind me. You want a matchy?
No, because you're gonna hand it to me.
Oh, the little blue one. I don't have the little blue one. Hold on, let me see if it's back there.
I think it's okay. Like as long as you just like don't show the whole thing.
There. Wrong way. This way.
You.
Y'all, this is the kind of crazy stuff that Lou be thinking about. Hey, listen, Tora. these are factual. I be like, here you go, Lou. All right, dang it, let's record. Count it down. In 5, 4.
We've got a really good show for you today. Oops, I messed up because I showed my blue thing. Starting over. Count me in again.
Counting it down in 5, 4.
We've got an awesome show for you today, but first, Doc, I feel like I need to change the color of this Doc Pop. Ooh, that's a good one. That's better. That's better. That's better. So today we're going to talk about the way to success. And it is surprisingly straightforward, but there's one thing that I hear that a lot of people don't actually consider. So we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about how to overcome it and get unstuck from it. Let's do it.
Oh, I like it. I like it. It is very easy to get yourself. I don't want to call it scared because I don't like bringing the concept of fear into creation. I just discussed that this morning with Katie, and it is something that is commonly spoke of, and I think we need to change the conversation. And so Katie said, oh, maybe we should go with intimidation instead. And the reason for this is I'm like, my brain can't wrap around the concept of being afraid of something that can't possibly physically harm you. It has no tangible feel to it. So, like, why be scared of plastic and glass? And then she's like, okay, maybe it's not fear, it's intimidation. How say you?
Intimidation. Yeah, I could understand it being that, because when you first started talking about that, I was like, okay, well, stuff that's not tangible that can't actually hurt you, like there's emotional damage, right? That
Emotional
can be done,
damage. Sorry, the meme just
right?
came. The meme just popped in my head.
It's exactly that, right? Or with these physical, like when you're talking about cameras and tech and stuff like that, like it can't physically hurt you unless someone's swinging it at you, but the fear is the result, right? The intimidation is what will come out of the other side of this. And is it going to be judged? Is it going to be worthwhile? And it's just from not touching it before. I know whenever I I don't remember how old I was. I was a kid. I was a kid, and my dad's like, order pizza. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Because I had just never ordered something on the phone before. And I was like, you do it. You do it all the time. Why do I have to do it? And then he like made me do it. And then now I'm like, you won't get me to shut up. I'll talk to I'm like, how is your day going? Are you doing okay? How's your mom? Right? Like, you won't get me to shut up. But when I was younger, because it was something I had never done, it felt like it would be scary. But the thing is, it's like these things aren't scary. We just haven't done them yet. So it's the fear of the result that we've never seen.
I like it. Well, yeah, there's always been this thing about the fear of the unknown. And I think that is heavily taught. But as a curious person, that was one of the first fears I got over, whether I meant to do it or not. Like, I'm just nosy. I was a little kid. Everything was why? So even when they were like, hey, don't go in there. Why? Because you might get hurt. Why? All right, go ahead in there, stupid. See what happens. And then, there's a big-ass dog in there. Yeah, we told you. Oh, he don't bite. Okay, stick your hand in the fence again. Like, I was that kid that had to check. I had to check every stuff, so...
That's such a good point of like, the fear is taught. And like, I will say, my mom coming from another country, coming to the States, like living somewhere with her American husband, everything is new to her. And it was scary. Everything was scary. She was scared of everything. So I picked up on that a little bit. And with the question of why, when I would ask why, she was scared of the word why. Because when I would ask why, she's like, because I said, stop asking. And I would feel like I might get hit.
Yes, this was common.
Versus my dad, who was like, this little girl just needs to know everything. And he would have me change a tire. He would have me order the pizza. He would have me do the things because he knew once I experienced it, then I would realize, oh, it's not that big a deal, which eventually turned into me feeling safe asking why and feeling safe being curious. So then I wonder if our curiosity that we got to work through early, if a lot of people haven't worked through that, then of course they're not curious about the result.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people have. Okay, we know for a fact, because if you don't, go find somebody that's 4 or 5 years old. Little kids is curious as all get. People take that curiosity away from them. Often the curiosity gets taken away at school. And part of the reason for that, especially in a public school environment, the kid who's the most curious asks the most questions. And at about first or second grade, the other kids get tired of the person who asks questions and they start to pick on that person for always having questions. Right? And so then that makes those people sort of pull back. Or, like, I was a little wee lad and couldn't really see. Didn't know this until I was old enough. I was maybe like 6 when I got glasses, but I couldn't really see up until then. So the first 2.5 years of school, I was just always squinting and looking weird. And then it's teasing, oh, he can't read, or oh, he must be dumb, or he's special ed. And then, actually, I stayed in special ed till like 5th grade. And then the hippie teacher was like, ain't nothing wrong with that boy. He's brilliant. The problem is he's smarter than what you're teaching him, so he gets in trouble because we didn't have ADD then, ADHD. No one knew what that was, right? You were just bad or possessed because Catholic school. So I got paddled, remedial training, read the Bible more, like all these things that was supposed to cure. But what it was they could not keep my brain as turned on, if you will. And then once one teacher figured it out, she got me in talented and gifted program. I've been good to go ever since. So, it is funny how that curiosity can be stolen from you as a kid, and we have a hard time finding it as an adult. But we all have it because we nosy. You know how we know we nosy? Because everybody want to know what Kanye doing. Everybody want to know what Kim is doing. Those shows are popular because humans is nosy. You know what I'm saying? That's reality TV is popular because humans is nosy.
Yeah, and then they're like nosy about the success of other people, right? So whenever we're looking, I find that curiosity, we're placing it in interesting places because like maybe you just go down rabbit holes of other people who are successful at the thing you want to do because you're nosy about how they did it. But are you doing or are you just being nosy, right? So question for the audience today. If
Ooh.
there was one barrier you could remove between you and success, what could it be? What would you remove? If there's one thing you could remove between where you are and what you feel is success, what would that thing be? I want to know.
This one is completely stupid, but I wish. Hold on, I gotta. If I could turn back time. Hold on, wait. Time. No, that's not how it's done. That's not how she does it. Oh, really? How does she do it? If I could turn back time. The people who know that episode, you know that episode. No, I feel like I finally shipped my get together, and then now everything hurt. I'm like, why? Why was all of that energy wasted in youth when now I have all of it together? Yo, joints don't work, back don't work, brain don't work, memory is starting to fade. Like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. So that would be mine. Like, and I know that's maybe cliche. Everybody would probably say that as well, but I really do wish I could go back to like 30 something with what I got in my brains right now. I wouldn't want to go all the way to 20s because I was high the whole time. But I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, I'm not, but I am. But I'm not.
For me, the barrier that I would want to remove is the patriarchy.
Oh, come on. Hey, one time for the people in the back. One time for the people in the back. Sorry, I am losing it today. Yes, explain. I know that Tora and the rest of the girls in the live chat got your back, but explain that for people who
I
may
hope you
not
guys are
understand.
screaming over there.
Explain that.
So I know that I put in work. I know that I try things. I know that I've done all the things that I could control. But then there are these, social constructs that there's only so much I can do except for continuing to push the construct, right? So the patriarchy, simply because I am a female, I could be doing the exact same thing as a male counterpart, but I inherently, because of society and because of patriarchy, would be deemed less
than
capable, less worthy, less good at it, So even I could be slightly better or a lot better, So like I had recently been thinking about all the moments when I was passed over for a job because I was a girl or because I was told I'm a production assistant when I'm actually a producer because I'm a girl. It's like, well, I'm not going to grab coffee. I am males who are on this set, but you're going to call me a production assistant to the client because of what? Because why? Because what difference does it make, right? Like my pay rate was the pay rate. The pay rate was there. It was just to diminish me, right? Or being on set and a client feeling some kind of way because I was interacting with the people who were at this event, we were filming an event, I wasn't allowed to talk to the people, but the males who were on set were allowed to ask the girls on dates. But I was supposed to sit in the corner and be quiet. And this is females who were telling me to be quiet. It's just inherent. It's just the patriarchy, because I was just there working. I was just there working, and talking to people was deemed threatening or unprofessional. And all I was doing was just trying to get information so we could produce a better video. I'm not asking people out on dates, but the men were fine. It was cute, you know? So when I'm thinking a lot about that kind of stuff lately, which is a good thing to kind of start to reflect on if this is something coming up for you as well, because the time for us now is to like
This is now.
F them.
Bruh.
F them.
Yo. Holla back, youngin'. Whoop, whoop. Like, listen. So many things in there. So many things in there. Number one, the most frustrating thing when approaching a glass ceiling or a glass door is when your representation is the glazer. I'm going to let that marinate, because I've definitely been in that position as a POC. And I'm sure it happens to the females all the time. The person who should be ride or die with you is the glazer. They are installing that glass ceiling. Sometimes out of fear for you're coming for their position. And yeah, so that's one of the great things about being a creator is, although it exists, it's easy to get out your little glass breaker. I got one on the end of my little keychain here and just go pa-tank, move, just get out the way. So the best part about being a creator is you can sidestep it. You can pretend it's not there. You can go straight through it. But you do have to have the realization that, yes, it might take a little bit more. And so those of us who are used to that will be fine. As long as, this is super important, we'll be fine as long as we don't start drinking the Kool-Aid that is being delivered to you, that this is hard, that you need this course or this training or this level of production. Right now, a lot of the people who is, I'll pick YouTube because it's a good spot, or the podcasters, another good spot. A lot of the podcasters and YouTubers who are representing what quote unquote success looks like have basically television studios and a team of 5,100 and all this other stuff. So it provides it provides a unstated Kool-Aid for those of us who are trying to get into drink, to feel like that if I'm not making this Kool-Aid, I can't get to that spot. And it's not true. It's not true. So it presents itself almost as a mirage, or, like in the desert where you start to see water, but there ain't no damn water. That's a mirage. Okay, I said it right. Yeah, it presents itself as this thing like, oh, maybe if I do all of these things and if I have this equipment and I get my team together and I get my assistants and I start, promoting these things, maybe I'll get there, but I can't get there, so I might as well not try. And so I think that's the only thing that can mess you up, is if you drink the Kool-Aid that this is hard, then you'll get messed up. If you drink the Kool-Aid that this is easy, you'll get messed up. It's neither. It's both. It's both easy and both hard. There's no better time to be a creator than right now. And the obstacles are very easy to overcome, but the obstacles exist. So let's just get that off the table.
Yes. And then there's also the concept with patriarchy, with racism, with things that are social constructs that make us feel like we're not ready, right? That we have to continue to as soon as you learn this, then you'll be ready. If you do this thing, then you'll be ready. When it all lines up for you in your mind and you feel motivated to do it, then you're ready. But the thing is, there's more to it than just that. Because you can do things before you're ready. You can do things before you're ready.
Man, listen, completely have done tons of things with zero motivation. I am a strong believer, and more so, Mel Robinson nailed it for me. I think I kind of always knew it. At one point, I told myself I wanted to be a motivational speaker. And then one day, I saw a talk from Mel Robinson, and she said, motivation is bullshit. And then I was like, sing that song. And then she goes through her whole talk, and you could just Google it. Google it, Mel Robinson, motivation is bullshit. And I'm like, yeah. From that moment in time, I knew I was going to be a self-motivator. I also was going to teach other kin folks how to be self-motivative. That's not the right word. Self-motivated. Because just rah-rah, sis, boom, bah doesn't make you win. If that was the case, Yolanda's team would be doing better. Because Jim Harbaugh is a coach. The fans are in the stadium. My team is horrible, so I should shut up. But the fans are in the stadium screaming. Those things are all motivational, right? We got a brand new stadium, beautiful, brand new stadium with brand new everything. Can't win shit. So having the perfect gear, new stadium, doesn't help. Having the, best receivers or whatever's best defensive player in the game, still can't win, doesn't help. It is a system. It is the sum of everything. So just better gear is not going to make you better, right? Motivation is not going to make you better. Motivation does not solve the problem. Now, we're going to get into what solves the problem at the end, because that's called a hook. That makes you hang out here. But, I'm just saying. So,
right. She's the one with the just do it anyway kind of talk. Is that what her talk is?
Yeah. Yes.
She's like, you get out of bed, you just do it anyway.
Just
Whatever.
do it anyway.
Just do it.
I mean, okay, listen. Lou and I are speaking out of turn because we ain't got no children's. But kids, I mean, you'll get up in the morning and be like, damn, I don't feel like making these little monkeys lunch. And you still make the lunch, though. Because if you don't, you're going to get called on CPS. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a fact you have to feed the fam. So you got to get up and you got to make that breakfast whether you feel like it or not. You got to make that lunch whether you feel like it or not. It might be a Pop-Tart. It might be like my mom's. We had Steakums. I don't know if you guys remember. These flat steaks. You can cook in like 30 seconds. That's super bad for you. But like I told Yolanda, and how we got into this fight that made me eat the dang broccoli, sometimes as adults, you got to do what you don't want to do. And what I didn't want to do was eat a pound of broccoli. But I did it because I needed to prove a point that it's not about motivation. And sometimes you got to do the hard thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of days. There's plenty of days where I get up and I'm like, I don't feel like it, but yet the work still has to get done. And then I will tell you every time when I start to do it, then I'm like, yeah, why was this so hard? It's just because we build it up in our heads. We just build it up in our heads. We were talking about before in the pre-show, Doc is doing right now in November, as we're filming this, his nice to know, nice to have November. He's doing a video every day in November. And what he's discovering now is like actually not that difficult to do a video every day. But when you're not exercising that muscle and you're not like making yourself do it, then it's easy to be like, oh, well, before I do the video, I got to do this and 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 this. But when you start to get into the practice of like, I don't know, I just did it. And then you're like, well, it's just regular. Now it's just regular. You just know it's part of the day.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking about how we manage, he's like, oh, you want me to make 365 videos? When I was like, you should do this all the time. And at first I was like, no, but I'm like, now I'm like, actually, yes. Because we sure do get into the kitchen and make something every day.
Holla. Yo, look at me. I'll be in that kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
I'll
sometimes
be
we're
in
making the
that
same
kitchen.
thing. And I think that's where I think people might get nervous about it, is because they're like, well, I have to make 365 variably different, completely unique videos.
But you
But we're
don't.
cooking and eating every day. Like, I'm making, peanut butter and jelly sandwich a couple times a week. It's fine.
Did you
And
see
like,
my peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I make it good. Then I just found out, put peanut butter on both sides and jelly in the middle, according to a large portion of the population. I ain't never heard of such a thing. Matter of fact, had I done that as a wee children, my mom would have slapped the black off me. She'd be like, boy, you're using up all the peanut butter. Because the government gave
You're wasting
that
all
for
the peanut
me
butter.
and your sisters. The government said that's enough peanut butter for all of y'all. So, but like a whole bunch of people came in the chat. Billy, freaking Bobby Vegas, was like, put peanut butter on both sides, put jelly in the middle, then close it. And I'm like, shut your mouth. I'm finna try that.
I have never heard of that.
Me neither. White folks be knowing some stuff sometimes. So
It's because they could have extra peanut butter.
see, I know my peanut butter was government related. So I mean, government issued, regulated. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, so listen, I'm gonna tell you. I was gonna save this for a video at the end, but because you guys are here getting unstuck, here, let me do this. Since y'all are here getting unstuck, let me do this right quick. I just need to do this one time.
Check out Creators Unstuck with Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel on Ecamm Live.
I just had to do that. Because you guys are getting unstuck, I want to give it to you right now. What I have legit discovered is it is not hard. I've done Vlogmas before, and I've always like I'm sorry, guys. This might be a longer podcast than you expect, because I have got to say this. If I don't say this, it's going to boil me up. I've done Vlogmas before, and I remember sitting about Thanksgiving when I sent the post to everyone, hey, we're doing Vlogmas this year, let's go in. And we did it like 3 years in a row. Matter of fact, it's coming up again. Vlogmas is a series where you do, theoretically, a video every day from December 1 until Christmas. I immediately don't like doing anything the regular way. So for LGL, I had our team doing 31 videos. Because I'm like, you did 25. What's the last 6 ain't fitting to hurt nobody. Come through. And I remember around Thanksgiving going, oh, got to get ready for Vlogmas. Here it comes. It's going to be a lot of work. And that is exactly where you it up. The minute you say, here comes Vlogmas, this is about to be a lot of work, is exactly when you up. Just say, here comes Vlogmas, and shut the up. Because the minute you say it's going to be a lot of work, you have tuned your brain to the drama. I am sorry, people. I'm about to soapbox really hard right now. When I said I'm going to do these 30 videos for November, nice or no nice to have November, I never once equated a single nasty thing to the idea. I said, and sorry, I'm going to prove to these that it's not that hard to do 30 videos, because it is not that hard to do 30 videos. I'm going to go out here, I'm going to create a video every day, and I want to prove to them that you can create this content. You don't got to be perfect. You don't got to hyper edit. You got to just get that, say it with your chest. You just got to come out every day for 30 days solid, say it with your chest, and bring value, deliver value first. Don't ask for nothing. Don't be nothing. You ain't subscribing to nothing. You don't got to do anything. Also, it's a fantastic way to promote my newly invented Doc Pops, because they started shipping in the first of the month. So I'm like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to sell me some Pops. And I've never, at this moment in time, have not equated a single negative thought to nice or no nice to have November. And you know what I found here on day 12? It ain't hard. Because I didn't start out telling myself it's finna be hard. I'm a soapbox arrested. Over. But that's it.
And that was a fear that you faced. Not necessarily I would assign it to you as a fear, but like when you're talking about the previous Vlogmases, and it's about to be all this work. So you faced a barrier, right? Where this go round with this project, you were like, no, I'm just going to do it.
I'm finna do it.
Right? tons of things that we do every day. And people are like, well, what am I going to talk about every day? It's like, do you talk to people on a regular basis? We have conversations all the time. You can come up with things to talk about.
My crew gets mad at me when I bring up some reality statements, but I'm going to bring up a reality statement for you. I am a Virgo. By nature, I am a diehard romantic. It's just built in as part of the deal. But I'm going to tell you what. Sometimes a quickie just hit the spot. I'm just saying. Like, yo, it's nooner. We got 10 minutes. We ain't even got that much time because the kids is coming. Like, the reason why it's a part of the joke culture, the reason why, it shouldn't be a joke. This is reality, fam. But the reason why everybody laughs when you see that in the movies or you see that happen, or why they, what is the word? True Blood was famous for this. Why my brain just got stuck? True Blood would just show nudity for no reason. What's the word I'm talking about? It's not obligatory. It's just like useless. They had no reason to have a sex scene right here, right there. But the reason why they do that, the word will come to me in a second. The reason why they do that is because it's a reality thing. It happens, right? There are people like, yo, you working this shift, the other person's working this shift. Y'all really don't have time for all the flowers and the niceties and 6 play and the 8 play. Y'all just got to come in and knock one out and get back to work. It happens. And everybody does it. So why are you laughing, Paul? Paul is on Tinder right now, y'all. Y'all can't see him. Paul back there like swipe, 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 swipe. Put the phone down, Paul.
He said quickie.
Put the phone down. I just said that Paul pull up his phone and be like, man, what Dave doing right now? Anyway, I can hear Kevin's phone vibrating because Paul is messaging him. Anyway, no, it's just a thing. Like, you know, sometimes you have to just get in where you fit in. And that, I mean, the reason why that statement exists is because that's a reality thing. It's not even attempting to be reballed or funny or whatever. It is a reality of chance, especially people who are on purpose trying to have a children and they got to do the temperature check and like, yo, ovulation is now, let's go. Right? Because they're in a fertility program or whatever. So yeah, all of the flowers and the candles and the dinner and all that shit goes out the window because we are trying to produce. And sometimes you got to produce that video. It's the same thing. And some of the people who are sitting here scared to create their content had to go through that to have the lovely children what you got right now. So think about that. That's just the facts of life, Tootie.
Also, thank you all for perpetuating the human race.
Yeah, because I ain't
project that Doc and I are not participating in. But thank you for doing that.
Yo, big ups to y'all.
Y'all make kids, we make videos.
Hey, maybe that's why I had so much time to make videos because I keep my pants up.
No, with those things like they get it in when you can fit it in, right? It's to just do it. It's the just do it part, right? Like Nike said, you can sit there and plan and plan and plan, and there's a place for strategy and there's a place for planning.
And one time for the unplanned. Me and Carmen, yo, we're the best two out of the whole lot of them. We were the unplanned. Me and my little sister Carmen were the accidents. We cool though.
I just had a whole conversation about how I was the accident. My mom's like, no, you weren't. I was like,
Hey, did you used to tell Dad she was an accident just to mess with her though?
No, she definitely was on purpose and she knows it.
Oh, see, that's why she act like that.
Yes, that's why she's so confident, but that I love her. So she totally on purpose, right? But with the creating, right? Whatever it is that you're creating, you have to move past the motivation. You have to move past the self-doubt. And you have to face those barriers. And before we get into the secret, which is going to blow y'all's mind or you're going to slap us in the face, we're going to talk about our pick of the week.
Okay. I'm going to give you one that's super cheap. I got to pull it out the drawer. Something that I've been doing for a minute, but I hardly ever talk about it. But I will show it to you. Let me get them out the drawer. You can get these from Amazon. You can, if you got scratch paper, you can cut them yourself. But inside this little box, I keep, let me get some off the table. I keep a little 3x2.5. It's like a business card. I'm going to call it a blank business card because that's exactly what it is. And it is where I put in my top 3 things for the day, right? And I mentioned this in one of my videos. I was talking to you guys about that next man up concept, right? When I sit down to the table to create, I have a choice of 3 next videos. I just pull one off the table. And then when I have my brainstorming session, I backfill it. I move 3 creams to the top. That way I'm never sitting there going, So for those of us, again, like I was telling Mark in the pre-show, I'm not like super organized. I don't have like Cat Notion, dude. Cat Notion deserve an Oscar. But I ain't got that kind of thing. That's just not me. But what I do have is these little 3x2.5, 3.5x2, whatever a business card dimension is. I mean, as a graphic designer who's made more than 1,000 business cards, I should know the dimensions by heart. 3.5x2.5. Anyway, they're blank business cards. It come in a stack. A box like this of like 1,000 will set you back like 10 bones, right? But it's just like these. I like the ones with the rounded edges because they get it in and out the wallet pretty good. I just keep them in the wallet. I always have a pen with me because I'm that dude. I grew up, like a human. And instead of a notebook or whatever, I just have these if I have to quick capture something. So on one side, I'll put down 3 things I got to get done for the day. So post the CU video, post a short to YouTube and Instagram, and create the email blast. I already created the email blast, as some of y'all might know today. So I can that one is did. And then as a reminder that NAMM is January 21st through 25. That's the National Association of Music Makers and Music and Musicians. I don't know what the hell it stands for, but it's an event like NAB, but for music. And then I put Podcast Evolution is January 1st through the 19th, because people are going to start asking me, are you available for this, that, and the third coming up? And I need to already know. So I have these. On the backside is empty. Oh, Gesundheit. If something, dang, she sneezed all up on her doc pop. That is not under warranty.
Did I not mute it? I muted it. I thought
No,
I
you
went to the
did. You
side.
did. I thought you were, look at my dad. Look at my dad.
Yes, I'm just like, I feel so strongly about this product you're talking about.
So on the back, it is blank. So should something ideate, I can ideate it at any time. I like to have analog version. I like to have my plug, which is on the back of my phone. But yeah, I can ideate at any given moment, at any given time. If something comes up, I always do have a piece of scratch paper. I keep a couple in my wallet. But that like what 3 powerful things I need to get did today is always on deck. So blank business
What is
cards.
that called?
Blank business cards, fam. You can pick them up on Amazon. I went for this particular brand. I'll give you a link because I wanted something that was fountain pen friendly, and they lied. If I fountain pen it, which I do, I have to let it dry for like 10 minutes before I can put it in my pocket. But I normally write this down at the end of the night, right before I pack right before the edibles or whatever, so it doesn't get lost. Whatever I got to do the next day, I put it there. So when I wake up, I already have. So even if I got up early and that first appointment gets canceled. So this morning I had a webinar at 5. If that webinar got canceled for some reason, I'm not like, bitch, now I'm up. What I'm going to do with this hour? Bingo. Just come downstairs and edit CU. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. You could do it with index cards if you got a purse. I like these because they fit in a saifu. Sorry, wallet. I was speaking Japanese. Let me not do that. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. But they got, if you like cute colors, you want pink or blue or whatever, just go to Amazon and search blank business cards. You can get like 1,000 of them for $6 to $8, and they're just handy. I find it better than Post-it notes because Post-it notes stick to stuff accidentally. So it's on your desk, and you go to pick up your iPad, and it's stuck to the back of the iPad, and then you walk like 18 steps, and it falls underneath the cabinet, and whatever you had that note is gone because this Post-it note went somewhere other than where it's supposed to be. And then you be up here, where's my Post-it note? And so, boom, There it is. There it is.
My pick this week, I just looked up when I got this. So it was in September. So now it's been like 2 months. I've been using this. It's the Elgato prompter, which I was so like didn't want to get for so long because I just, I'm like, I don't need it. I don't know. Like I
That
can
was
look
me
at the
too.
camera. Just try not to like buy things unnecessarily. So with Kat listening in my head saying, does it solve a problem? Does it solve a problem? And let me tell you, it solved a problem because I did an interview with Kat where she built a Notion with me and she was looking at the barrel right at me. And I'm like, I'm doing the interview and I'm like, she's looking right at me. It was just magical. And I've like been on calls with other people who've done it, but like for some reason it was Kat and I was like, I need it. Kat, I need it. I need it. So that's
Dude,
what I
Kat
have
has that
now.
effect though.
It's excellent.
She looks like she's looking in your soul. And I'm like, what I do?
Yes.
And it's because of the prompter. So yes. 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 Queen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, I highly suggest it. It was something that I was resistant to, but like now I use it every single day. I'm using it right now. That's how I'm looking at y'all right now.
Yeah. It's funny. Right before I did the pre-show, I was like, let me put Mary Lou on the prompter here. I'm going to give you guys the generic page to blank business cards in the chat, but I'll pick a particular one that I got just so you can see. But I wanted you to see that there's many options available so you don't have to like, freak out and like, oh, I didn't see exactly the right one, because that has also a lot to do with what we're talking about today. I mentioned this earlier, like there is no blueprint per se. In my nice to know, nice to have November, one of the things I mentioned is people be out here looking for this very specific blueprint, this very specific thing that is going to turn the screw for you and make life work. And no, there is no turnkey solution, because if there was, everybody would be a creator. You have to be willing to, I don't know, wait for it, create. So that means I can give you a template, but that template still requires you to create. A recipe book will give you the recipe, but you still have to knead the dough. You still got to chop some onions. So I'm going to need y'all to chop some onions. I can tell you that the blueprint is 911, but you have to go create 11 videos. Bam. You want to know about my 911 blueprint? Write it in the comments below and I'll tell you. Or just go watch an old episode where I already told you what that means.
Yeah, the secret ingredient to like everything, right? The thing that's standing
she
between
tell people the
you and
secret.
success.
Should we charge
The
them for
secret
this?
is,
Wait, should
like
you charge
Riri
them?
said,
Do you need $9.99?
should you charge them?
I don't know.
I don't know. Send
$19.99 for
send
a
in your super
limited time.
chats.
Okay, there you go.
For a
Send in the
limited
super
time,
chats.
free 99. It is work.
The
It's
secret
work.
is
It's putting in work.
work. Sorry.
And I
Sorry,
like there was
Rihanna.
something like some creator made a video when I was back, like when I was in my rabbit holes, which it happens sometimes, is watching everybody else, like being nosy about other people's success, right? And somebody drew this little chart. I don't know what it was. It was so simple. And they're like, here's you, here's the success you want. Everything in between here is work. And I just was like, just throwing stuff at the TV because it's so obvious, right? But like sometimes we don't want to think about that. We're like, but I'm watching, but I'm ingesting, but I'm learning, but I'm thinking. I think about it all the time, which is important and part of the work. But you have to do. You have to do it. You have to do it ugly. You have to do it pretty. You have to do it everywhere in the middle. Marcus, yes, thank you, Marcus. You get the shortcut.
Give me
It's
the
work.
shortcut.
It's work. It's work. So you have to
Yes.
do it. And that's where I like the challenge of you got to make a video every day, right? Because that's just forcing you to do, right? You're just forcing you to do it, giving yourself parameters where action is actually taken, right? Because you can learn, but you gotta do it. You gotta work.
And I heard something recently. I heard something recently, and if you think about the hero arc, right? When we're in school, we learn a lot about this little shape right here, the little hill. Okay, so it looks something like that. My hands are arthritis is not gonna let me do this. Here, give me a little card. I can do it with a little card. It looks something like this, right? So over here is all of the people that's got something to say about you wanting to be a creator. Over here is the hill to the top. Over here is the cool people, the Marquez Brownlees, the Peter McKennas, the Jimmy Davison, because I refuse to call him by his YouTube name, right? So, sorry, I'm just messing up everything trying to get this point across. Okay, so over here is the naysayers. This is the hill you got to climb to get to the top. And once you get over that, you go downhill easily to the land of the cool kids. So all the cool kids is over here. All of the people that got something to say about, oh, you making videos, oh, you just one of them social media people, oh, you think you're an influencer, you don't know what you're talking about, oh, girl, you should shut up, you've never been a professional. All of these idiots, they're over here. While you're climbing up this hill, it all feels weird. It all feels nasty. It feels like a grind. The kids would say it feels cringe. We didn't say that. We just said it felt grody or gross or oogy or whatever. It's feeling unseen. It's feeling unheard. Nobody wants me. Nobody want to hear me. It's all of that IS bull crap lives in this side of the hill. Once you get over all of that, Lou and I are about here. We at the top. Now it's a downhill climb. We about to ride the escalator down into the land of the cool kids. When there's, a million people watching Creators Unstuck going, damn, them kids is on fire, right? But we don't care about this side anymore. We already here. We don't really hear the naysayers and all of the S-talkers. I don't know why I just man, this is tagged as explicit. We don't care about the shit talkers. We don't care about the haters. We don't care about the patriarchy got something to say because we're already here. So we just looking down at them like stupid. And now we just keep working and keep working and keep working. And that's the downhill trotting. And next thing you know, we're in the land of cool. And I understand that you're here. But the only way to get from this side to this side is to go through all of this. The question is how much you're going to pay attention to that. There is no way to do this. This does not exist. This does not exist. Okay? This has to be there. If this existed, you wouldn't respect the game. You wouldn't feel accomplished.
And I'll tell you, anybody that I know who's gone that path, the shortcut path, are deeply unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the level of unhappy you can't even understand because it came so easy. And now they still doubt themselves because it's like they they didn't get to go over the hill. So there's no barrier between them. Like I like the hater hill. Like there's no barrier between the haters and them because the hill is gone. So they are forever just insecure because it just happened. And now they're in fear all the time that it's just going to get ripped away from them.
Yes.
It's a different battle, and it's not a battle you necessarily want.
Normally during the live taping, we don't take questions from the audience, but this one is so good and I love Torah, so we're going to do this. Advice for people who get on the other side, but one nasty comment sends them running back to the other side. I have been long removed from the church. But when you backslide, you just ask for forgiveness, get back up, and get back to your faith. And the only reason why I present it to you that way, because I know you are a person of faith. You know that I'm a heathen, but if I'm going to speak it into a language that you understand. Everybody, the most pious folks in the world backslide. But you just get, you know what? I was Catholic. I just go in there, shoom, forgive me, Father, if I have sinned. Shoom. What you did? I can't say in the podcast right now, but I did that. And then he said, okay, go and say a couple of few Hail Marys, and then don't do that again. Was it my daughter? No, sir. Shoom. You know, boom, back at it. As Catholics, we got it like that. We just slide the window. And Paul been in there. He been in there. Forgive me, Father. For sin. Where's my Catholic folks at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, right? And I'm looking at Yolanda and Tora because I know that they are of the blessed folks. But you already know these teachings. These teachings is in y'all little book. Everybody fit in the backslide. You just ask for forgiveness. You remind yourself that you inside are good folks and you go up. Now, the non-heathen in me would be like, the opinions of others is none of your business. I'm nosy, but I ain't that nosy. The opinion of others is none of your goddamn business. So,
another thing to consider
you got
is
the,
even
you got the Christian
athletes-
version and the heathen version.
Here's the sports version: is even athletes at the top of their game get injured.
Yep.
Sometimes you're gonna get a little, like your ankle's gonna get messed up, your knee's gonna get messed up. You're working really hard, and then you got to sit back for a second,
Yes.
and then you get strong again, and you go harder again.
And to put it on Yolanda, if Lamar throws an interception, he come right back out the next play. You know what they normally do? They don't hand it to Henry. They make him throw it again so that he can get over the interception. If Henry fumbles the ball, they almost always give it right back to him on the next play so he can get over it. Because if you let him sit on the bench and fester over that fumble, he will never recover from that game. And so, always, I mean, listen, there are businesses that went out of business 3 times before they nailed it. Right? And I mentioned this the other day. Billy Joel was on like album 3 before he became Billy Joel. The first 2 albums was trash. Like, it happened. Sometimes you have to just keep working. So I really appreciate the question, Tora, because I fully get that. But I'm going to tell you something as a POC. We have been called all kinds of names by people and had to be in situations where we had no choice but to ignore them. We could not react to it. And we had to keep doing what we was doing. And 9 times out of 10, when you had a moment to pause and think about what they said, you forgot about it. You never even went back to it. Like it was water off a frog's back. Right? I have definitely had a call to my face, but I can't take that swing because the police, I'm the one going to jail. Police looking right at me. And I just had to take all kind of rhymes with ER and just ignore it and keep going about my business. And by the time I get to the restaurant, I forgot. I don't even remember what they said. So I get in the moment, in the heat of the moment. Like, I get it, but it's none of your business, man. Let it go. Let it go.
And sometimes, like, specifically when it's comments, there's sometimes something will come up and I'm like, okay, fine. I'll use it as fuel. Like, it's just like, fine, throw some gasoline on the fire that's already roaring. Fine. Right? It's like when you ask your mom, like, can I go out tonight? And it's like, if you want to.
Yo, my mama used to say that.
Do what you want.
I knew
Do
that
what you
man.
want.
Hell no. With the minute she said, "Go ahead, grown man, do what you want," I knew the answer was go to your room, grab a Bible, and pretend to read it. Everything after
And
that
then
was
another
about
thing
to
I like to
become
do.
knuckles.
Another thing that I'm doing lately, just because I know like people are hurt and people are confused and people don't really know what they're saying because they feel like they're hiding behind just some pixels on the internet, is when somebody says something off, I just respond with explain.
Ooh.
I don't like no emotion in it, no like this pissed me off. You better explain yourself, just the one word in all lowercase. Explain. And then they usually come back with the like, oh, well, this was what I was meaning. This was my intention. This was actually, what I was trying to say. And you're
Yeah,
like,
'cause
okay, cool.
sometimes
Thanks.
sometimes they might even mean something good, but they just don't know how to say it. And sometimes you can type things completely wrong, like it doesn't come across in the chat. So there's that side of it as well. And I just remind myself this person normally wouldn't say that to my face. I also I literally just wrote this to a friend of mine yesterday, a dear friend. And just to let you know, this happens to all myriad people. My homie who had this happen to him recently has 186,000 people on his channel. And he made a video about the new camera that's coming out. And some people questioned his testing practices as if, he was shilling for Fuji or whatever. And then so he made a 12-minute video explaining himself. And I just popped in the chat and I was like, no, I'm not accepting that from my friend. I'm like, listen, dude, I love you and I respect you, but I'm actually going to give you the hater comment in the chat. You spending 12 minutes of your time to make a video apologizing to those idiots is disrespectful to us who pay for your Patreon, who show up every week to support you, who love everything you do, who learn everything from you. And you wasted 12 minutes of our time to explain something to those people who don't be here every week, who don't show up every week. I had this conversation with Tom. I'm like, Tom, if you start another video apologizing to some assholes in the chat that ain't us, I will stop watching you. I was like, I am your brother. I am here to watch you. Those people ain't going to spend a dime with you. Them kids. You know why they mad? They mad because Road did not send them something for free. And it ain't free because we work our butt off. So if you waste another second of my time explaining yourself to them fools, I'm going to be pissed. You're going to have to deal with me. So same to you, Tora. Anybody that come at you like that ain't your people anyway. None of us would ever come to your channel with some heat like such. We wouldn't. Nobody that loves you and cares about you would say anything like that to you. So anybody that would say that, you can't please them. They do not want to be pleased. They want to pour gasoline. Dame pa gasoline. Sorry.
And that's the power of building solid community, and especially if you're live, to like get some good people to moderate with you, because I know that like stuff comes up and like Marcus has the wrench in mind, and I think he could see it when it's in my face. I read something and I don't say anything about it, and then the comment's gone. And it's like, it never existed, right? When it's just like off things that come up that you're like, that's not there. But like if you build good people around you, they will protect you because we're your people. We're your people.
We're your people.
So,
we're your people. Yeah. Remember, that is such a great question because I know a lot of people. Marcus, you need an ukulele to make an apology video. I know a lot of people would definitely just come for you like that. But at the end of the day, fam, like this whole creating thing is so blessed right now. We have the opportunity to share what we love all day, every day with people on the internet, and then find people who love what we love, and then eventually meet them in real life in San Diego, and then say something stupid, and they're like, that dude's a dick. And then meet them again in Vegas and be like, you know what? He ain't no dick. He actually cool. I go, you know what? She don't hate me. She actually cool. And then start a podcast, and then you can't get them off the phone. And then they like
And then
besties.
they're besties.
You know what I'm saying? So shit happens, fam. Like it'll be easy to misunderstand something in the chat. So like me being just raw, straight to the factual, it might come off as weird in the chat. But once you know that I'm just trying to save you from yourself, you be like, you know what? I think now that I'm not trying to defend something that I probably needed to hear, I might be okay. Right? And when I stop defending that, no, y'all need to catch up. And then Mary said, no, you need to say it so they can hear you. And I was like, nah, fuck them kids. They need to listen to me the way I'm delivering. And then she was like, no, stupid. You need to say it in the way that they can hear it. And then I'm like, shit, she right. I hate her. Bitch.
Well, it's impact and intent in all communication, right? It's
Correct.
impact and intent.
Correct.
And like the intention behind what somebody might be saying to you, the impact might be different. Also, people are human. And sometimes they let their worst faces show up. But as long as you are doing the work to continue, they can't touch you.
Yes.
They can't touch you
That's
because you're doing the work. All right. Let's
The
do a
secret is work.
couple rapid fire questions.
All right, let's go.
The secret.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I am also ready, Doc.
I'm gonna have to
What's the
chapstick
one
for these
thing?
questions.
One thing that you are glad that you worked hard for.
I would say it is my constant, insatiable require for knowledge. Like I legit, not joking, not trying to be funny. This is not a one-off statement. I can't sleep at night if I didn't learn something that day. I have no idea where I got it from. At some point in time, my grandpa or one of my mentors or somebody instilled into me that constant curiosity. I must learn something new. That is my superpower.
Yes, it truly is. It truly is. He's always
Knowledge,
learning
man.
something new. Knowledge. What is a small habit that made a big impact on your success as a creator?
Celebrating the victories. I celebrate all victories. Like the fact that 6 of y'all came right now to listen to me say this, I celebrate that. I do not look at it as like, oh, 6 of y'all came. If all 6 of y'all was in this office right now, I'd be like, Kevin, you take up too much space. I seen Kevin. He got kind of big booty for a regular dude. Like, I'd be like, no, Kev, you got to go outside. Yolanda, you like the Ravens, stand outside, like all the way outside. Marcus is cool. Tora, I'll be like watching my chips, make sure she ain't all up in my snacks. But if all of y'all was in my room right now, I'll be mad. This room is like 8 by 8. It'd be too much of y'all in here. So I celebrate the victories, like legit.
Cool. Finish this sentence, okay? The best part of putting in work is.
Folgers in your cup. Oh, sorry. You know how my brain works. You know how my brain works. You get better every time, even if you're not trying to. Like, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but let's just say we all been here. Anybody who said they ain't been here is lying, or you just way better than me. I'm gonna say maybe Yolanda ain't been here because Yolanda is kind of innocent. I remember when I was in my 19s, and then I'll be like, oh man, we kind of turned up last night. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call in work so we can just go surf today instead of, going to do that little jobby job, right? So I call the restaurant. Oh, Dan. Yeah, man, I got the flu. I can't come in today. And then I'm like, oh, you okay? Like, yeah, get better, man. Drink some water, get some fluid, like rest up. I'm like, all right, fam, cool. And then I was like, I can't believe I did that. I actually called in Slick. I seen my mom do it before, but I didn't think I ever had the ability to call in Slick. Go to the beach, surf it up, hang out with some hotties. And then the next time something come up, I was like, hey, Dan, I don't feel good. Got athlete's foot, And then you call in a couple too many times, and then Dan be like, listen, I know your ass is calling in sick. No, I ain't. I promise. And then, you know what I'm saying? It becomes easy, and next thing you know, you end up quitting that job because you realize you didn't like that job. And why was that happen? Because you got good at the excuse. You got good at cutting out. Once you get good at cutting out, you're going to keep cutting out. So even the things that you're not trying to do, you're not trying to get good at, you become proficient. You proficient at bullshitting. You proficient at eating that extra snack. You proficient at sleeping late. You know what I'm saying? So if you just do the work, you become proficient and it's less work. It just becomes automatic. Most of y'all can drive home from the office right now without reading a single sign, without thinking nothing, grooving. You got like Sade on, you singing, you ain't hit nothing. No red lights ran, you just get home. And then you go, well, that was dangerous, but I'm home. Because you've done it so much, it's second nature. So there you go.
Okay. All right. So you're very good at giving all of us advice about the things that are getting us stuck. What's one excuse that you've used in the past that avoids you putting in the work?
For me, it's still perfection. I am in full ass rehab. I got the coin. I have been a recovered perfectionist for the last 3 years. I got to look at my coin, and sometimes I got to call my sponsor and be like, yo, this is exactly like rehab. Perfectionism is stronger than cocaine. You could take a pill to stop doing coke, but I can't take a pill to stop being a perfectionist. I was born a Virgo. If you look that shit up on the internet, it's in there. That's part of the thing. I mean, even if I don't believe in that mess, it's still part of the thing. It says Virgos are perfectionists. So even more so, I got it. I got a double dose of it. So I have to remind myself all the time. And even the video where I just made on the channel where I didn't do any edits, when I opened it and I heard I changed the P and the B somewhere, part of me wanted to fix that, but I'm like, nope, I told these kids I'm going to leave it ugly, so I'm going to leave it ugly. So to this very day, I roll into the grocery store and I will line them cans up. Like I will spin the labels to all straight before I walk out. I'll grab my little pork and beans off the shelf. I'll line the rest of the damn beans up. I'm like, boy, you don't work here. Stop that. You know what I mean? Like it is a thing. I go to the car dealership, I unfold the mirrors. Like I am forever straightening things because it's my upbringing. So I still struggle with being a perfectionist. I also still struggle with feeling that I'm not good enough at times. So I just do it anyway because I'm like the only way to get, at least I know the only way to get good enough is to keep going. I'm also a harsh critic of my own work. And I still do look at channels and I have chinvy, channel envy, where I look at somebody and be like, I'm smarter than that ninja. Why the hell he got more subs than me? You know what the hell he talking about? Like I do. And that's heinous. I know I shouldn't do so. Yolanda would tell me I need to go get healed and go see Jesus. But I'll look at a certain channel. I won't say their name. We have a similar first name. And I say to myself, how the hell does 4 million people listen to this fool when he is straight bullshitting? And I'm out here giving the gospel and it's not there. But I ain't a handsome white kid. So, it's what I deal with. So I still got channel envy. And y'all are good ones already figured out who I'm talking about.
Perfectionism, channel envy, all of that hits me also. But last question. What is harder, starting the work or staying consistent with the work?
Starting the work. Because once dude, listen, this is, oh my God, Lou, you're like, on the voice of an angel. I said this earlier. When I started this thing for the November, Like I just started and I started doing it, and as I'm doing it, it's like, oh, I almost can't wait to get that video done. And it's not because I want to get it over with, it's because I want to get to the next one. So the consistency part is easy once you're going. It's like, you ever try to stop yourself from falling? All right, I'm done. That's it. That's all you need to know. If you ever try to stop yourself from falling, it ain't easy, bruh. Because that momentum has already kicked. And oh my God, listen, family. I can tell this story right now, and Emma and Karen will start laughing so hard that they'll cry. We was in Japan, and we're standing on the train platform. And this old, beautiful, antique train. And everybody wants to ride this train because it's gorgeous. And the man was running to get to the end to take a picture from the front all the way down from the engine to the caboose. And he was running. And I seen his foot hit that first pebble. And then it looked like he was going to fall. And he took about 15 more steps. And each one was progressively increasing in a degree to a more acute angle. And I'm like, oh, he about to lose your job. He about to fall into this side. And I have my phone. I wish I had recorded it because it would have been a beautiful viral clip. But the more he tried to stop himself, the more he fell. And he hit that sign, face went like that, and the plastic sign collapsed, and he went, ugh. And I immediately said, are you okay? He wasn't hurt. But I think he was more embarrassed than anything. But that's a perfect reminder of momentum. Once it's going, it's hard to stop. And that dude tried everything to stop himself from falling, but there was no way. And he face planted that sign. Thank God he wasn't hurt. And then I was mad at myself because I had the video in my hand, but I wasn't recording because that would have been the perfect viral clip. Damn, these are good questions. I hate you.
Well, I agree. I agree that the starting the work is the harder part, right? Because that's where all the over catastrophizing that Doc has mentioned earlier in the episode is like it's easy to just, you're doing all this energy and all this work to tell you how hard it is going to be to do it when you could just take that energy to actually do it and then keep going. So I hope that you do that. I hope that you guys take this secret and actually put it to action, because the secret is the doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. Because we can tell you all day long it's work, but the secret is you actually putting it into action.
You know, and it's funny is, according to Rhonda Byrne, the secret is the positive mindset and the thinking, but thinking don't pay bills. So you got to do the work. So Rhonda, your whole book is bullshit. The whole book should have been the secret is work. I'm going to rewrite the book, be like, sorry, Rhonda, you bitch. You got to act, not just thinking positively, because a whole bunch of people in the chat be thinking positively. And, that doesn't mean that they're doing it. You got to not just think it. You got to do it. You got to actually do the work. Oh, that is so good.
So as I say always, I don't know, go make some videos. Just go make some videos.
Hey, you know what, Mary Lou?
Like Chuck. Tune in to Creators Unstuck with Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mendel.
Okay, it's my turn now.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all.
Isn't that so good? That is so good. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so good. Even Paul is tickled pink by this, and he already pink. It's so good. Man, this was a great episode, fam. Thank you for, I don't even know how we came up to that idea. We were just talking and we were like, yo, the secret is the work. It's so funny. So, my Nice to Know, Nice to Have November series has 20 days left, actually 18. But I might just keep it going, like you said. It's good. What I had planned on doing was cranking out a whole bunch of shorts for December. But it's way easier. It's way easier than I think. So maybe I'll just keep going till I run out. Till my cup runneth over, then I'll just take a break and then come right back. But yeah, it's restarting.
Yeah, and I think it's nice because you have a theme.
Hard. Yeah, theme makes it better,
right? Because so for the month of November, there is a theme. It's like stuff you wish you knew or had when you first get it started. So you're answering a specific question. Just like we do Creators Unstuck, we're asking the same kind of things, or we're giving this not the same info, but info to the same target.
Mm-hmm.
And then month to month, you could just do that, where when
Well,
I do
'cause
I do
it's like
March
water, right?
Madness.
The only way
Yeah.
to make ice is to put water somewhere cold. Like there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but at the end of the day, you take a water somewhere cold, you get ice.
Mhm.
That's a
Right?
stupid
Maybe it's a
analogy,
cube.
but
Maybe
it
it's
works.
shaved ice. Maybe it's crushed, right?
Ooh,
But when
shaved
I
ice
do
is good.
my March Madness, I just do a video every day in March. And that's for me to get like the ideas that have been sitting around out of my head, right? So there's not necessarily the theme. It's just like, I know I have all these things that I've been waiting to do or whatever. It's just like, whatever. You got to figure out how to do that today in a live stream in 5 to 20 minutes.
Yo, I just thought, man, listen, the marketing behind March Madness with Mary Lou Mandel, He's stupid. He is so dumb.
Yeah, so that's coming. If y'all want to do it with me,
Like,
like, please do.
March Madness with Mary Lou Mandel. Sponsored by M&M's. You should tell M&M's to sponsor you for this one. This is sponsored
be
by
delightful.
M&M's. Oh my
That
god.
would be delightful.
All right, last question for the people in the chat. Plain or peanut? I'm curious. His answer is both, but peanut any given day. I ain't got no
Plain for
choice.
me.
Really? You don't like peanut?
No, I like peanuts, but usually if it's an M&M choice, I'm gonna go plain. Peanut butter's there. I love that one too.
Come on, Tora. Tora just seen it. She just seen it. Yes, it is exactly that. Yo, now she knows. Listen. Thank you guys. You guys are phenomenal. I am that dude they call Doc Rock. You can find me all over the internets at DOCROCK. And yeah, please come and check out my series. Even if you're watching this after, those videos will live in a playlist on my YouTube channel called Nice to Know, Nice to Have November. And it's been fun to like go back and just think about how I've come along in this creator journey and stuff that I really just wish I knew. It's super helpful. You could remix that to anything, no matter what you're doing. Like if you're like Tora and you're doing the blessed mornings, you could be like, these are things I wish I knew when I first started walking the faith. You know what I mean? There's a way to remix it into whatever you're doing. But yeah, there's that. What about you? What's your name is?
I'm Mary Lou Mandel. You find me all over the internet at Mary Lou Mandel. I'm the only one. If you find another one, please let me know, and actions will be taken.
Actions will be taken. I love it.
And like the Highlander, there can only be one.
Take it. Oh man, I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, family, you know what it is. You have been unstuck. So as we say around these parts, see you.
You have been unstuck. With Creators Unstuck, Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel.
Yee-hoo. Dude, I love that. I love that. Listen, people, if you guys need to get yourself a stinger for your little show, send me an email. I will hook you up with my man's, and he will send you a quote. Like, you just tell him what you want. I think, Yolanda, you got to get this. It would be so good, because you know what? None of them dudes that's doing what you do they ain't got that hookup. They might. They just never thought about it. So you should definitely.
No, it's like, you got to do it, Yolanda.
Bruh. It'd be like, Ravens talk. Once Upon the Midnight Jury with Yolanda.
You feel like I feel disproportionately invested in Yolanda's show
Yeah, I don't know
because
why,
it's so
'cause I don't even
unique
like
and
her
like a
football
special
team.
space.
Yeah, same here.
And
And
I don't like
watch it.
football at all, but I'm like, Tora, or to Yolanda, do it. And Tora, I need to see more of what you're
I have
doing.
no idea why, because she's so mean to me. She makes me eat broccoli. She tells me I can't put no cheese on it. But I find myself watching her. But you know what it is? And Tora mentioned it earlier. It's that calming voice, maybe. And so like I can have it on while I'm doing something else in the house. And I'm yelling. I'm like, no, they just suck. She'd be like, how come our O-line needs all, because they all suck. That's why. But every time I just listen to it, and It's like I don't understand why I listen to it, but it's good.
It's at the lawyer thing because she's like she's convincing the jury, and we're just like, yes, whatever you say is correct.
Look, Yolanda made me holler "Go Ravens" at somebody the other day. Oh my God. Yes. It's super good. Like it really is good. And I just like watching her grow because one thing that we will say about Yolanda, which is true, is that she's definitely putting in the work. She's doing stuff to get better at it every day. She's, polishing. And then even in class, when we all yelling at her, like, come on, you can do this, like, whatever, like, she will take parts of it to heart. She's hard-headed, but she eventually does it, and she's crushing it. So big ups to you, you evil twin.
And Tora's got she's combined the channels, killed
I
the
like
second channel, and
this.
combined. I'm so glad that you did. This was like came up before when you were trying to do 2 different channels, and I'm glad you're just doing one and that you're just pushing go is what I'm picking up.
Yeah. Well, also, I feel strongly that Tora has a personality enough to be able to have a personality channel. Most of the people who are like, oh, don't put this on channel because it will mess up your channel, they're literally thinking about themselves and not about their viewers. If you can give your viewers, and I know, now see, this is a catch-22. Some will say, in theory, putting it on 2 channels is because you're saving your viewers from listening to you talk about something that they're not interested in. And I'm like, but I have friends who are interested into something that I'm not into. Okay, so we're sitting around a table and we're having a conversation. And Kat and I can go Game of Thrones, like right down to the game and the throne. And Mary Lou will be like, y'all need to shut the fuck. Ain't nobody watching no Game of Thrones. But we're still friends. She's not going to stop talking to me and Kat because we're psycho. Because Kat wrote a Notion database with everybody, father and mother and daddy, and who had who kids and whose dragons.
It's very impressive.
It's very impressive, right? But Mary Lou, she just temporarily tunes us out and then make a little reel. Somehow, while we're talking about Game of Thrones, we come back. She made 3 reels. But she don't stop being our friend because me and Kat are psycho about House of Dragons. She's like, y'all are weird. And she just makes her content. And then next thing you know, we turn off the light, everybody go to bed. So you can do 2. You just tell the people, listen, I know some of y'all are here for the marketing, but part of me is I am a, ministerial person. So I'm going to talk about this. And again, that person who I'm not supposed to be mad about sometimes just irritates me because I feel like this. I feel like the smoke and mirrors is lying to people. That's the only reason why I get mad about it. But they hide their smoke and mirrors behind piety. So a lot of people watch it because they're the only quote unquote Christian creators out here that's helping other creators. And I'm like, you might tell yourself you're Christian, but I seen your actions in real life. They don't look very Christian to me as an ex-Christian. So you can definitely mix it because I watched them do it. All of the ones that do it, do it. My man's over here owns a cleaning supply store. Nicest dude in the world. He sells amazing professional cleaning products to regular folks, so anybody can come in and get the kind of stuff that they use in the commercial area to clean, but he also supplies commercial cleaners. And he is not shy. His whole outside of his building is Jesus is Lord, and Jesus is coming to save you, and Jesus wants you to get this disinfectant. Like, he does not hide it. If nobody doesn't shop there because he's over pious. If anything, maybe more people come to him because he's not hiding. You know what I'm saying? I think he's one of the nicest dudes I've ever met, So, this lady talking about cauliflower wings. I am not listening to her. Listen. Tori, you are a troublemaker. Yes, but I'm so glad I'm so glad that you're doing it, man. I am so glad you're doing it. I'm so glad you guys are figuring this mess out. And it makes me happy. So
And we've
Paul
done this
gotta
was
pee.
episode 15 of Creators Unstuck,
We need to do
which is
something
so
dope for
amazing.
20.
And I'm just so excited that you guys like have come along with this journey and you're involved. And I hope that it actually does address things that help you. Like, I truly hope we haunt you the rest of the day
Yes. Yes.
every time we talk about stuff.
That's
I'm
funny.
like, I hope we are haunting you, because sometimes things will come up and it haunts me. And I'm like, yes, I have to do it.
Yes, Yolanda, my man sells professional cleaners to professional cleaners, but he also sells it to regular people. But his store is very ordained. He has lots of decorations. Like his logo's bookstore blew up inside of a commercial cleaning store. But he's the nicest man in the world. I love him to death. He's been a long time friend. So, yeah. I told y'all Paul had to pee. Look, he left.
Which is
fam.
good. Go. It's good.
We got work to do. We ain't saying you no Bill Good. We just glad that you're here. We just dunk your little head in the water. Bang! Get up and make some content.
That's That's going to be our dunk tank and our couch, a therapy couch.
Yes.
And then we
need
will
a place
dunk tank
to
people. And
Splash people with creator water. Here you are. Here's a bottle of creator water. I'm going to sell it on my internet. I'm going to sell a bottle of creator water. I'll be like, what's his name? Crefalo Cephalo Dollar. Here's a bottle of creator water. Get yourself some.
Oh, good. Well, okay. So
Tell
we've
them, Marcus.
got here towards the end of the year, right?
Yes. Yes.
You guys don't have to answer now. We can talk about it next week or whatever message either of us. But what is it that you're needing that will push you over the edge to be unstuck by the end of the year?
Paul, look at the chat, Paul. He said, tell the twins to set up the baptismal pool like camp so we can cleanse y'all. Shoot. Oh my God. Pastor Torah coming through. Yeah, we should definitely do a holiday gift guide for the 22nd. Just, things
Is that
can
next
help
week,
you.
right?
Yeah, next week maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to count.
So next Tuesday's the 19th. And the 22nd will be that Friday.
Okay,
Well, it's definitely in shorts. Like, so
It's
if
the
any of you are
26th,
creators
and
that have product-based content, like you should be doing gift guides. Like
Yes.
start making them now. Even if it's simple stuff, right? If it's like the Ravens stuff, right? What do people who watch football games need?
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
there's
the
stuff.
26th. Oh, yeah, Kevin said you need Metamucil to get unstuck. Kevin been hanging out with Saeed. Saeed is the funniest mug, bro. He be cracking me up in the chat. He's super stupid.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Kevin had a
26
question at the
26
beginning.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it was at the beginning. I wrote it down to see if there was a place it would fit in the episode, but it didn't quite come up. But I want to know your thoughts. So Kevin asked about creating better hooks to stop the scroll when it comes to short form. What makes a good hook and what makes it hot garbage? What are your opinions?
I like it. There's a couple things. I think hooks, they're what is known as hook triggers. And there's a bunch of categories of hook triggers, but some of the simple ones are controversy, opposites, curiosity, knowledge. So, okay, let me put this in English. Mary Lou, she did the hook at the beginning. She said, the way to success is surprisingly straightforward. That is a hook. Because you're like, no, it ain't. I've been doing this for a minute, and I'm not cis. I don't get it. So that snatched a person with controversy. Even though that wasn't by standards a controversial hook, it's going to snatch some people as controversial because they feel like they've been creating for a minute. And Maestro, get your ass off the table. It's like they've been created for a minute and it didn't. It's not catching them like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, then there is the sort of controversy. There's the question, right? So the question of the day in and of itself is a hook. So there's various ways to do it. And if you look, like I watch the people that do it skillfully, and then I watch the people that do it cheesily. And the cheesily ones crack me up because I'm laughing because I was like, yo, that was such a blatant hook. And then there's the other ones when it's so smooth. And then I'm like, all right, then, fam, you caught me one mouth open. You just hit a brother with a hook. I didn't even see that hook coming. It's kind of like when Kendrick busts a smooth ass line and you just like, oh, no, he did not. No, he did not. Like, how did he blend those two together so easily? So that is what a hook is, like hot bars, right? So you can take what you think is your hook, okay? And then you can say to Chad, using some of the common hooks, rephrase this for me in a way that will help me get more people to click. And it will help you formulate that first line. That's what I'm trying to say.
I like a little research on a personal level. Like for you, Kevin, right? What might be a good hook to you might be terrible to us.
Yes.
So as you like, if you just spend like a little bit of time for a couple of days, like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, going through the scroll and just being like, this was a hook that, oh, I actually like that hook. I didn't realize it was a hook. I watched the whole video versus the ones where you're like, oh, this is trash. And then actually just like kind of write those down. Like I've done this myself. And then what I've picked up is the hooks that I think are hot garbage are the ones that are so obviously a hook, right? That's the ones that people have listed out, like here's hooks you should use to make your videos go viral. Those ones. And then anything that sounds like an infomercial.
Yes.
Right? Like, does your kitten make too much noise? Like when they start like that, and it's like, you didn't have to do that. Just talk to me like a person.
All right, but see, here's a funny thing. This is going to drive me crazy because I talked about this to my people the other day on Saturday. And it's, oh my God, it's painful. I do not like clickbaity titles. But I realize after I created a video with a clickbaity title, they work.
They work. I had
And
the same thing.
Right. But what happens, and this, oh my God. And so Kevin said, and I asked Kevin for permission, so it's your fault. I think I even mentioned Kevin in the video. I was like, Kevin said, we know you. We know that you're going to deliver value. We know you're not a clickbaity person. So anyone who sees this after the fact will have got the actual value because you actually delivered the value. So it's only clickbait if the title is clickbaity and the content is bullshit, then it's actually clickbait. That's the definition of
bait.
clickbait. Right.
Because you got caught with something that's not really
correct. The click is not the part, it's the bait. It's the bullshit bait that got you to click something that did not deliver. But if you have a title that causes people to click and then you deliver the goods, that's different. That's not creator catfishing. So Kevin gave me permission to make the clickbait title. So if it's his fault. And I gotta say that it worked. Like it legit worked, 100%. I'm looking at the video. It was the #1 video that I made in a minute. And as I was writing the title, I'm like, I don't like this. This does not feel good. And then I'm like, shit, I'm going to go back and retitle a whole bunch of other stuffs. Right? So that one I said, what YouTube gurus get wrong? That is a very clickbaity title. And I said, stop listening to YouTube gurus and start doing this. Also, very clickbaity title. But you know what? That video got mad comments. Thank you. I needed this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm like, okay, bitch, the clickbait title worked. Mac creators, these amazing apps will save you time and stress. Clickbaity title. 24 hours, 260 something views.
A thought that I've been kind of working with as far as hooks go, because there's something about like the way usually it's when something gets very popular and how marketing is teaching it, and they're like, everybody has to use hooks, these viral hooks. So now the word hooks kind of triggers me, where I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that. But
Yeah, that's what it is.
it's just that, right? So then there was a way that I reformatted it into my head. So like I've gone through this process enough to like be like, okay, it's not that the information is wrong. It's just being delivered in a way that makes me want to vomit. So can I reformat it? Because it's not unuseful. I started to call them anchors. So if a ship is like going, they're floating across and like your little piece of content is here and you say something that's like, hey, drop your anchor for a second. We're not like, hey, you come talk to me. It's just like giving them a reason to be like, oh, I'll drop my anchor for a little bit. I'll listen to this. What do you got to say? Okay, cool. And then they can pick up their anchor and they go. It's not like I think there's something about the concept of the hook is that I caught them and I killed them. And I tricked them.
Yes,
right? The
that's what it
clickbait
is.
that I tricked them. And I don't want to trick you, but I do want to let you know, like, there's something useful here.
Yeah, so that's what it is. I think you're right. It's the connotation. So Luis and I talked about this briefly, but Tom brought it up on Friday in Creator Table. I totally have negative connotation thoughts to the terminology cookie cutter. Like, I don't want to make cookie cutter videos. But you know what I have to do for Nice to Know, Nice to Have November? Make cookie cutter videos. Why are they cookie cutter? Because I make the video, I say what the hell I gotta say, I give you a story about why, and then I say it again what I just said. So they're quick and to the point and love it. Thank you, Oliver McGee. Call him up because I'm about a government name. But formulaic as it may be, it allows me to get in, create the video, say what I said again, reiterate the point, and then drop a promo for Doc Pops and then get out. And like I told Luis, now we had this conversation. Lou, if you opened a bag of Oreos and they wasn't round, they had like a weird little thing on one side, you finna eat those? You can be like, oh no, let me throw this away. So the cookie cutter is because it presents even cookies. We have all seen the kind of chocolate chips where you just take a spoon and you go thunk and they just come out any kind of shape. Those might taste good, but you don't even think about eating it at first. Somebody has to somebody else, unless you made it or your mama made it, somebody else got to convince you that these cookies are good. Because we're used to seeing round cookies. And when your cookie look like this, or that one pancake, you know the one pancake that go like that? Like, that ain't what they look like in the picture, right? When you was a little kid, if somebody gave you the funny looking pancake, you don't want to eat it. Because you're like, no, that's not a pancake. Pancakes are round. Mama's like, no, those pancakes are good. I'm like, no, Mom, at IHOP, they round. And they all even color. Why yours is this color? Pap! Boy, you better eat the damn pancakes. Sorry, you don't need to know about my child abuse stories. But that's what it is. Like, it has to have a presentable package.
Right. And then a cookie cutter for, like, if you're a home cook, right? You're just making cookies once in a while. You don't need the cookie cutter, right? If you're just casually making videos once in a while, you don't need the cookie cutter. But if you were trying to be a bakery and you are trying to turn out cookies that people know what they're getting at a regular basis so they come back every week to buy another cookie, the cookie cutter is very helpful.
Authenticity is consistency. Bingo, bango, pickle, mango. Mary Lou, you just made another goddamn heater. Authenticity is consistency. That's what it is. Chef done told y'all. Kevin said it's a tumor. Kevin made good cookies, y'all. Y'all ain't seen Kevin's fire engine cookies. They're so cool. Dang, dude. That is so good. Mary Lou just said,
Sorry
let me
about
hit
that.
y'all with a fade real quick.
It's because I was recording our talk about.
Oh, so you
that.
was cheating. See, I told y'all this woman is a content making machine. She was cheating and recording shit on the strip so that she could cut it up at her leisure.
I'm always recording. I made a reel that said
I
if you
saw
are
that.
around me,
If
you
you're
are
around
probably
me, you're
on
being
camera.
recorded. I saw that. Oh my God. It was so good. So good. Hey, dude, listen. Fam, I got to show you this, Dave. I got to show you this. I was showing this to folks earlier. I just got this
Yeah,
today.
I want to get that.
This is good. I got the cuckoo one. It might be the same. Check this out, bro. So it's magnetic, right? It got the little stand. It just came yesterday. So the base is heavy, but this can go any which direction, and it can. Ooh, ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, it's gonna get brighter someday. Look at that. It's so good. So now what happens is I can put it in writing mode. Oh, why this don't work? Look, I can put it in writing mode and come over here and throw that away and then get up and then I get my little pencil out and I can just write here and put it in the shot. Come here, get in the shot. There it is. Look, I can just write. It's so good. It's so good. That is amazing. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for these fantastic ideas. And I forgot who started it. Somebody told me to make a video about said app just yesterday and on in them stream. And I had a whole different topic for yesterday. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go make that. And I made that video, and that video is crushing right now. I forgot who said it. Somebody on the Unfortunate Stream was like, I got set app now because you told me to, but I don't know what apps to download. You should tell me what apps to download. It might have been Marcus. I think Marcus said that. It was funny.
All right, I got to scoot. Y'all
Yeah,
have
me
fun.
too. I need to eat. And Paul got to pee again because he old.
I'll see y'all in CapCut class if you'll be there.
Oh, my God. So good, Lou. So good. I love it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I'm just going to press the button again because I can't help myself.
Check out Creators Unstuck with Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel on Ecamm Live.
It's so good. Bye, guys. Love you.